A South African civil society activist and a United States Congresswoman were honored for their work in pursuit of social justice at a prestigious gala in New York last night. Amnesty International's Secretary General Designate Kumi Naidoo and Congresswoman Barbara Lee were both honored for their contributions in the struggle against apartheid and their subsequent work to uplift the marginalised and disadvantaged around the globe. The event also featured a tribute to the late jazz icon Hugh Masekela.
Shared Interest is a non-for-profit social investment fund founded in 1994 that raises capital in the United States that then allows it to provide micro-lending to disadvantaged communities in Southern Africa, particularly South Africa. Their annual spring benefit here in New York allows them also to raise funds, but to also honor individuals that have had a positive impact on communities in Southern Africa.
Over the last 24 years, Shared Interest, in partnership with the Tembani International Guarantee Fund, has provided loans worth over 1 billion rand to benefit low-income communities.
Year in and year out, since Nelson Mandela was elected as South Africa's first democratic president, we have stood with people of South Africa to try and help finish the job. The political system was democratized. However, the economic system still needs some work, and we are here to do that work with the people of South Africa and, beginning now, some of the people in other countries of the region.
New York's mayor also dropped by in a show of support for the work Shared Interest is doing in South Africa.
New York City, for so many years, has been a hotbed of support for the people of South Africa. And you go back to the anti-apartheid protests all over the city, at the universities and in neighborhoods all over the city. You go back to the time when Patrick and I were working together for Mayor Dinkins, and we welcomed Nelson Mandela as a head of state-to-be. Anyone was here? Who was at Yankee Stadium that night? If you remember, that was one of the most beautiful moments in this city's history. And for years since, New York City remains a place focused on supporting the evolution of South Africa as a free and democratic society.
Congresswoman Barbara Lee was honored in absentia with the Advocate for Justice Award for, among others, her work in co-authoring the PEPFAR legislation to combat HIV and AIDS in Africa, while this long-time civil society activist received the Champion Award for People and Planet.
Good news I want to say to you that the planet is just fine. The planet does not need saving, because if we continue on the path that we are, and if we continue our addiction to dirty energy, if we continue with deforestation, the end result would be we warm up the planet to a point where we do not have water, we do not have soil, and we cannot produce food. So let's be very clear that if we continue on the path that we're on, the end result is that we will be gone, the planet will still be here. In fact, once we become extinct as a species, the forests will recover, the oceans will replenish, and so on. So don't worry about saving the planet. Understand that the struggle that we engaged in here is to ensure that humanity fashions a new way to coexist with nature for centuries and centuries to come.
Hugh Masekela's spirit loomed large with this tribute to the icon who passed away in January this year. Sherwin Bryce's SABC News, New York.